Alright, we're back down here now. ... was lost on the northern slopes beneath the bridge in the shade of her beloved oak tree. There's the bridge up there, and just barely you can see the candle. So that should be the next step. Ah! What was I walking on? Weird invisible wall thing happened. And there's the tree. There you go. There you go. H fell in sight of Valia's plain and the light of the setting sun. Two sisters fought and died together. Was alone. We need to find H. So here's the two sisters. Other one's up there. There's two other ones. I need to figure out which one's H and which one's ... Do H first. So these are the last two. Okay, so I found all of them. We're good. Silderat. Silderat's name is still known. Harith. Okay, so sometimes the names are corrupted on both the instructions and the inscriptions, but not always. Like here, Harith's full name is listed. But with the sisters, one of their sisters is lost to time, both on their grave and in the recital of how to take care of them. It seems like the delicate skin instructions, which is still creepy to say, but it's how it's described, seems like they're really vulnerable. Oh, don't know why I started scrolling around like that. The two sisters fought and died together. Wendy first, beneath the arches, and someone just below her. So Wendy first. This is Theo. Oh, never mind, neither sister is lost fully at a time. Theo and Wendy. Wendy's gravestone doesn't have her name anymore. Sister to Theo. Whereas in the description, whereas the paper has lost Theo's name. Heroes all. Okay. And then last to die. Went alone, the last before the clarion's call. Silderat went alone, last before the clarion's call. Nothing remembered ever truly dies. My comrades will live on in memory. I am grateful to you for this kindness. Pray, take this. May it provide you illumination without end. Yes. You find yourself holding a curious lantern burning with a bluish flame. When you look at it again, the ghost is gone. Oh, that sounds like great news. It's everything I wanted. Look at it. Oh, this was totally worth it. This is super worth it. Awesome. That's like the exact thing I wanted, is infinite light. And now oh, it's nighttime now. It's nighttime now. Well, I was going to go... almost walked directly into that. I was going to walk over and talk to Silas, but clearly it's time to come back into here. Oh, all these mushrooms are just suddenly here now. The night went down. The night went down. The sun went down. And the night came up. I was going to talk to Silas, but clearly I should look for this blacksmith. Oh. Alright, that was actually a very short search. It's in this little central area next to the elevator and everything. He's right here on this, I guess this is the cliff, yes. Hey, do you like my awesome freaking lantern? By the way, Rollo. Hey, doesn't he not like pirates? Let's give him a scare. Oh wait, I have to be away from him first. Let's see how he reacts to pirate me. What if he attacked me? Quiet. You're being followed. Head a ways down the shore. Try to give them the slip. Meet me back here in half an hour. Shit. I'm being followed? Alright. I'm gonna go have fun and pick some more mushrooms. Dude, if I'm being followed, that person has had a time. One hell of a time looking for me. Because, frankly, I have been meandering like fuck. And having a swell time doing it. But I am just going wherever the hell. You can tell from the fact that I'm almost done with the mushroom quest. How long is half an hour, though? Is time even listed anywhere in this game? I don't think it is. We still only have 3 characters here. I think I've been through all the stuff, right? I think these are all pop-up descriptions I've specifically read. Lose whoever's following you. Well, that was easy. Now I just have to get my way back up there, which is way harder. Where am I? It can be legit difficult to even find my way around here. Oh, there's a chance to save after finishing that quest and getting this cool lantern. Boink. Thank goodness for quest logger. I would have never known whether or not I had successfully lost the person that was chasing me. Thankfully, this should take me right back to where I was. You would think that if I was being tailed, that Rollo's cover would be immediately blown, right? If they've made it that far, how do you even know? Well, it wasn't that hard to lose them. I just did a round trip back to here, and that pretty much took care of it. And he's still here. I was beginning to think you weren't coming, Mouse. Well, you know, there's shit happened. Who was that? Why were they following me? Here. The smithy gives you a scrap of paper. A strange symbol scrawled across it in ink. You recognize this? It looks familiar, but I can't place it. It's the sign of the master and his smugglers, the way he marks what's his. His lackeys have it etched into the back of their obols. Have I read what this is yet? A silver disc issued to all members of the Rat Guard, inscribed with its bearer's name. The obols usually only carried into battle to aid with identification of the dead. The obols of the guards of Dwindling Heights have not seen action in quite some time. So it's dog tags, basically, which is basically, yeah, I've been finding them in such a way, too. Find the 5 obols bearing that mark, and you'll have your 5 smugglers. They're not just going to offer them to you, though. You have some work to do first, to win their trust. Why are you telling me this? Because I don't like it, the way they do things, these smugglers. Wretched sewer rats. There's no honor in it, to it. Oh, I thought that Rollo might be the master, and that might be why he's acting like this, but instead he's just hiding us from the smugglers themselves and telling us how to do it. Sewer rats? Seen them coming and going from the sewers late at night. Reckon that's where they're working out of. Find their mark down there, and you'll know you're on the right track. Listen, Mouse, he'll cut your throat as soon as look at you, the master will. So be careful how you're asking these questions, and who you're asking them to. We'll not speak of this again. I passed the remains of a rat just back there. These woods are littered with the dead of untold centuries. They call it the Bone Shore. The dead, why are there so many? Where do they come from? Some are from battles, some the lake. The currents bring them here from all across Valia. I find that hard to believe. I guess they might wash up as a full corpse. The bones would certainly separate. Down there, what ship is that? That there's the wreck of the Lake Witch. She was a fine vessel. So they say. The scourge of the Red Paw. She looks so forlorn lying there. Aye, she does that. What happened to her? At night, in a storm, near tore her keel off against the rocks, then ran aground there some 20 years ago. What happened to her crew? I can't say. The Lake Witch, wasn't that Captain Powderkeg's ship? You've heard of him then, of his adventures. Well, I'm dressed as him. Aye, from the old pirate frog down in the jail. Carrolled, that mad old fool. I wouldn't put much stock in anything he tells you. How did you get here? I didn't pass you on the way down. Oh, this place is full of secrets. There are hidden passages running all over. Aye, I know them. Not all of them, apparently. Although I know multiple paths to get here, so you could easily have just taken the other one. Do you never sleep? Not anymore, not really. That's... What does that mean? Can you help me with something? No, not tonight. This is my time, Mouse. If you still want help in the morning, come see me at the forge. And bring your purse. I'm curious about the remain silent option. I miss it sometimes. The lake. You were on the lake once? In my youth, aye. I figure, between some of his demeanor and dialogue and so on, I think he was a pirate or something. You never know. Perhaps he'll return to it one day. No. I'm needed here. They say the lake wasn't always here, that Valia was once a great plain, stretching off beyond the horizon. The old songs tell not of the lake, but of Valia's plain. Sing one, if you like. Any song? Shit. None of them mention... None of these mention, the lake, though, do they? I've covered a lot of these now. I've got it. The Gilded Warrior is about a battle that takes place on the plains of Valia. Because the Emerald Flame reaches Valia, and the battle takes place, but they didn't fight on boats.
And so at last to Valia came the army of the Emerald Flame. Their paraclave sheer walls stood line, with the last of every living kind. Then from the ranks rode Dunlane bold, astride salamander skin like gold. His courage stood, hearts froze with dread, and others went where Dunlane led. Jarl and Nicto joined the fight, black and white and blue as night, bathed in the bright abyss's light. 12 rats faced down the green flame's might. Then came the mighty clarion's call, and Dunlane, Jarl, and Nicto all did summon forth a hurricane that quenched at last that dire flame. That quenched at last that dire flame.
Aye, I see what you mean. I wonder what lies beneath these waters. Some things are best left undisturbed. This lake is a grave. So many ships. So many sailors. Some nights, you can still see the blue of the dying light, shining out from the lake bed. Dying lights are blue flames that burn cold, and without a need for fuel. They cannot be extinguished by traditional means. The precise alchemical process that gave birth to them has long been forgotten, but they are still used to this day aboard Valia's wealthier ships, their steadfast flame impervious to fog and spray. They are traditionally associated to death, since most known instances have been sourced from tombs and catacombs. Sailors say that on a calm night, the blue lights can still be seen shining up from the depths of Lake Valia, like the ghosts of the wrecks that carried them there. I'll leave you in peace. Good night. Beware the lake mouse. The surface can look calm, but it's what's under it that'll do you in. He seems to clearly have experience with the stuff. I also kind of wonder if his other eye is... Never mind. Hoy, you got no business wearing that hassle as you're a pirate. Take it off, then we can talk. Oh, he doesn't like that. He didn't like that. You can't change clothes near someone. Have some decency, my man. He did not like that. Hey. Mouse. Watch what you're digging up down there. Some things are best left buried. I honestly almost look like a pirate now. Can I see the flames? No? Oh, the sun's coming up. I think the sun's coming up right now, actually. Timing. Timing, timing, timing. Oh, look at my feet. They got little ribbons on them. Huh. Yeah, I suspect Rollo of previously being a pirate. But hard to confirm unless it comes up somehow. Putting my costume back on, though, damn it. The resemblance is striking. I gotta pay that pirate a visit, see if he falls for it. It's kind of a coin toss so far when it comes to the topic of whether people will fall for my disguises. Basically, every single NPC I interact with that's named doesn't fall for my disguises. And some of them are indifferent to my disguises. Like, it's a little strange, actually, how... Ooh, that's almost there. 3 Midnight Brood. Like, it's interesting to me how the alchemist doesn't even seem to care whether I'm in costume or not. I'll just take the costume off and he'll not react at all. Maybe a conceit they had to have because they were going to give me an item that I was supposed to wear. But if I wear that around him, then he's going to freak out, right? Do you think that'd be an issue? I'm wondering if he's back. But I'm also wondering if having this flame might be the key to letting me in that front door. I'm starting to actually worry that I, like, murdered that guard. Because he's just been gone. I really want inside of here because it's the last one. Nope. Nope. It's the last rose I need. But I suspect it won't be open until I reach a point in the story. Because the walls look unscalable as far as I can tell. And on top of the walls looking rather unscalable, the front door doesn't open or even react to me. I changed right in front of him. Never mind the giant blue glow around me. It's just me being fucking awesome. It's kind of absurd looking how I'm just covered in fire. Okay. It makes way more sense from the front when you can see me holding it, but from the side it looks like it's just me covered in fire for no reason. pretty much always take the wrong ways out of here. Right, how am I gonna figure out... I need to be working on getting these people's, obols, which I assume are all gonna be people that are new ones, separate from before. Probably want to talk to the named ones, right? Shouldn't you be on watch, Scow? Forgive me, sir, farewell. How do you get their obols? Huh. No indication there. I'll keep poking around. I got a few things I want to do first before I really worry too much about that. I need an acorn and I still don't have one, right? No. So we're still not taking that out yet, but one of these days, I'm coming for it. Right, the jail. They'll never catch me alive. Haha. Do I need more of this? Probably not. My lantern's refilled. My lantern I'll probably never use again. Because this one's awesome. It is really nice to have successfully acquired an infinite fuel source light. Go ahead and pass on by. Don't mind me. Oop. Don't mind me. I like how it's built into the story that they're not that smart. They'd have to not be that smart considering they don't really chase me that well. Oh shit, he's still coming. Oh, there it goes. I thought they were actually gonna come for me here. Captain, am I dreaming? Is it really you? Of course it's me, you bug-eyed maggot. Oh, Captain, you've not changed a bit. There's something different about you, though. That's... Alright, that's not what you said a second ago. You look shorter. Because you're sitting down, you fool. Aye, well, I never could stand up to you, could I? But remind me, what was that song we always used to sing? Something, something, something... Mermice. Shit. Something, something, something mermice. I mean, my first guess would be Heaven in a Bottle, right? Yep. That was pretty obvious. Alright. Because it's the drinking song.
The waves may crash, the ship may sink, and every one of us might drown. But pirates call the sea the drink, so raise a glass as we go down. With thunder crabs we'll have a tipple, and steal the fish king's pearly cup. With shapely mermice wet or whistle, till the top is down and bottom's up.
Aye, that's the one. Don't think I'm not happy to see you, but I was hoping you were the mouse coming back. Only I'm in need of some help grooming my beard, you see. Oh, I'd be happy to do it. Bless you, Captain, but I wouldn't dream of asking you. It's an awful, filthy job. That's why I thought of the mouse. Now, sir, what is it you need? Tell me a tale of the open waters. Alright, let's see. Now, this happened long before we met. Long before you ate my leg. Back when I was... Well, that's why he is a peg leg, is because this guy ate it? Back when I was boatswain aboard the Volute, out of Port Scarn. One autumn morn in a thick fog, We came across a ghost ship, a schooner, adrift in the open lake. I went aboard alone, at the captain's request. What happened then? The ship was deserted. Not a soul on board but myself. The mess deck was dry, but the odor of lake kelp hung in the musty air, and I could almost swear I felt eyes on me. Maybe it was just my fancy. Who can say? Anyhow, I gathered up a sack of this and that, things that might prove of use, and headed back up to the main deck. And when I got there, my ship was gone. Just vanished as if she'd never existed. She must have sunk fast, her hull pierced by hidden rocks. Or maybe by the ghosts of that schooner. I was the only survivor. But sometimes, years later, when I was in this port or another, I'd swear I'd see the ghostly faces of my crewmates staring wide-eyed at me from the crowd. But only for an instant, then they'd be gone. I'm a bit short of money, give me some. Like you'd have to ask, will 5 florins suffice? 5 should do it. Here. Frog spits out 5 florins. Huh, just like that. Take it all. Now, something else? Tell me a tale of the open waters. Ah, no, you've heard them all before. Then tell me again the tale of the ghostly ship. There's the entire thing again. Yeah, look at the time. I should get going on. Suit yourself. I must go. Farewell. Well then, I got a story and 5 florins out of it. That was worth it. And I found out why he's got a peg leg, which is that the real version of this guy ate it off. That's concerning, but okay. Whoa, he's still there. Oh, I guess time must have paused the whole time we were talking. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Not that sneaky though, because I've got a freaking... I've got my ghost fire of ghosty fieriness. Please don't turn around right now. Excuse me. Bye-bye. You can't find me here. Oop. Almost just fell in the hole. Ooh. When you're sneaking, you recover at full speed. That's one way to keep my character moving at the very least, instead of standing still. Yeah, walking makes it go slower, but sneaking makes it go full speed without having to stand still. I'm learning things. Hooray. Where are we in the quests right now? Collectibles. God, they're so close. Set. Checkpoint passes. Nighttime thing, but I think that's ending soon. The smugglers, master, Rose, missing guard. We're running. Okay, so yeah, let's do Silas. Silas, I've got news. Excuse me. I need to talk to Silas. Wow, he didn't even notice me. You go fast enough, they just don't even register that there was a person there. Neat. This has been quite the enjoyable little game. Definitely not a good game if you are actually wanting to play a stealth game, because this is not really a stealth game, even though that's the most overtly obvious mechanic that it has. It's just not interesting as a stealth game. But as a wander around and do a bunch of quests for people and stuff like that, while discovering a story and exploring a world, it's fine. I think it probably appeals to people that liked the exploration elements of like Nintendo 64 era like collectathon platformers. Not so much the actual platforming part. It's like a midpoint between like Dark Souls style level design and adventure games, where you're going from point A to point B and doing a bunch of tasks and finding items and stuff like that. It's a bit of an odd duck. Well, Silas, look! I found your ring. Catch! You... Ha! Look at that. I could hardly believe it. You mean you didn't have faith in me? Frankly, no. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. Thank you, Tilo. Truly. There was a body of a mouse with the treasure. Kanto, the stonemason. I didn't know, I swear. I'd assumed he'd become lost in the catacombs or fled. Fled? Aye, and taken the treasure with him. It seems to be something of a habit with you mice. I'm sorry that he didn't make it. But he understood the risk he was taking. Oh, so he's sent previous people on this mission that didn't come back. Oh. Do you have the deaths of many mice on your conscience? Aye. At least one too many. What do you mean? Another time, perhaps. I'm still waiting for the scap to return. It shouldn't be too long now. But, meanwhile, I must ask you for one more favor. There are 2 prisoners down in the holding cells near the main gate. You mean Gusto and Fatale? Ah, you've met them. They have something that belongs to me. Another silver band. Not much smaller than this one. I need you to retrieve it. This band, they stole it from you? Aye, they did. Be careful, Tilo. These 2, they can't be trusted. Yeah, they seem to steal things. I'm wondering if they stole my figurine. I could have sworn I had 2 figurines, one for each of my family members, right? And yet here's just one of them. Which I think they might have stolen that, because who else is stealing these things? I don't know. Unless there's additional context I've missed. They seem fond of it. The flame illuminates your surrounding with an eerie blue light, appearing to burn without any source of fuel. And I'm very fond of that fact. You don't care that I'm dressed as a pirate, do you? Oops. That's not this one. Aha. Nope, no new dialogue there. Just the usual check-in stuff. Now who's the tall one? Still you. I've artificially doubled my height and he's still significantly taller.